Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Daily Dose of Be the Cause of Life on Purpose. Janet Harvey here with my daily 5 minutes of inspiration and a practice to awaken the leader within so every one of us pursues sovereign choices in our lives and lives into our wholeness. Yes, that's a mouthful. Today we're talking about fun. That's our word for today, being the cause of fun. And I actually even chuckled just thinking about that word this morning and realizing that one of the things that I often talk about with coaching clients is the importance of finding a balance, that when we are over responsible and over identified with our work in the world, which I'm sure is enlivening for most of you. And if it's not, maybe even pay particular more attention today. And that what often can happen for us physically, emotionally, mentally is that we are overusing our circuits without taking time for restoration. And of course, we always hear about the self-care practices of good sleep and good nutrition and going to the dentist and getting your regular checkup. And those are important things. But I also believe very deeply that unless we're taking time out to remember how to completely separate ourselves from the identity of our work in the world, we are not allowing ourselves to drop into something that is around us all the time, which is the emotion. So put a hyphen in between the E and the motion, the emotion and the energy that is resident in everything around us. I have a hummingbird feeder outside my window, and I find it so amusing. All it takes is once or twice a day when I happen to look up and I'm watching two of them fighting over a particular spot on the ring on the feeder, and it's not like the ring isn't big enough for many hummingbirds to be there. It's at least 10 inches in diameter. But what's intriguing to me is that I'm reacting to them flying and moving and chirping at each other, and I realize that that's fun. And that unless I'm taking some time to allow for the chuckle that is, or the deep belly laugh when I'm talking with a colleague, or those moments when fun is about the stillness and quiet of walking in nature. These are all examples of shifting our emotion, shifting our energy towards something that the noun of fun is enjoyment and amusement, entertainment. Sorry, those are the adjectives. Fun would be the act of pleasure. And how many of you give yourself permission for an act of pleasure? I had a colleague once who said, at the beginning of the year, I put all my fun on my schedule. And I remember at the time thinking, wow, you have to schedule fun? But as my life has become more complicated as an entrepreneur and someone who is striving to do some additional things in the world, I realized that, yeah, that's a really good practice. And my husband and I did adopt it a couple of years ago. When we're doing our goal setting at the beginning of the year, we look for particular spots in the calendar when we say, okay, that's our time. We're going to take a long weekend here and our vacation will be here. And where is the place we've been dreaming about investigating and being a bit of an adventurer or a pioneer in some way? And beginning the research process, which in and of itself is entertaining and fun, including sometimes saying, oh, maybe that's not where we're going. But the act of sitting down and examining how will we gain enjoyment and pleasure in our lives is restorative. It's a fun activity, and it balances all the things that we're doing that generate the resource to have that fun. Now, mind you, I don't want to leave off the table here that fun can be free. And having just come from some time with my grandchildren in Florida, it's the little things that matter. So sitting on the edge of the deck, they live on a little canal in the middle of Miami, and throwing bread to the ducks. And the opportunity to take some chalks and go out on the sidewalk and make drawings and tell stories. There's so many ways in which we can short circuit our adult propensity to be a little over responsible and forget to restore the thing which actually activates our creativity and imagination so that something new can happen. The last piece that I thought about for today as a practice is the notion of setback. I think a lot of times when we're striving to contribute and to make a difference in the world, it can start to feel like, oh, what did I do wrong? And taking maybe too much responsibility as the only person who caused something to have a setback. When in fact, sometimes setback is exactly what we need, because we've gotten so focused, a bit like a tunnel, that we haven't lifted our head up to see what else is here. What other opportunities did I miss when I got singularly focused on one right answer? So setback to me has a lot of positive qualities to it. And it's kind of fun to learn fast. Yes, I know the common term is fail fast, and I want to invite you to experiment with learn fast as an act of fun, experimentation, risk-taking, doing something really quickly. And maybe some of you have been in workshops in your leadership development where you've had an opportunity with string and a pair of scissors and some paper, and as a team you had to figure out how to produce something amazing out of that. Well, that's fun. It's adult fun. And it really comes in the face of, we have real big solutions to solve in our world. And those need to come from a balance of the deep wisdom, information that comes from experience, and the ability to be resilient and to imagine and allow our inventive selves to play. So that's it for today. Thanks for joining me to talk a little bit about being the cause of fun. Hope you have fun experimenting yourself today. Find a little Thomas Edison in your day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.